If you don't take full responsibility of your life and you trust somebody else and that person is not trustworthy, then my friends, you are bound to be broke, you are bound to be miserable, though you may be working whole life, struggling, fighting, earning, but if you don't know how to save money, you don't know how to invest, you don't know how to use the situations and circumstances in your favor, you are bound to become broke. Whole life, my friends, I worked, but I gave the responsibility to somebody else. But that person don't know what is responsibility. Irresponsible person. Plundered, squandered, ruined everything. So, what my best friend James Allen said, you don't blame others for these kind of conditions and circumstances. You yourself are responsible for yourself. You have become broke because of your stupidity. If you have nothing, it is your inability, your stupidity not to manage affairs in your favor. So that is very, very important point, Mike. So I want to read and revise again. You are the master of your fate and you are the captain of your soul. Nobody else is responsible for your life. But unfortunately, we are not taught all these beautiful lessons. We are taught you become doctor, you become engineer, you become bureaucrats, you become political leaders. But nobody teaches us that we must be a very responsible manager of our life. As being yoga trainer, we will understand. Yoga Chittavritti Nirodha, our mind is drifting. But as in yoga, we have mastered our fate and destiny by controlling our mind and with the responsibility to somebody else and to manage finance. They can't. You have to yourself indulge in yourself. All that a man achieves and all that a man fails to achieve is a direct result of his own thoughts, What you achieve and what you fail to achieve, nobody else is responsible. It's you. Nobody else. Individual responsibility must be absolute. A man's weakness and strength, purity and impurity are his own, and not of another man. A man's weakness and strength, purity and impurity are his own, not another man's. If they give the responsibility to somebody else, they may ruin. They don't care, you go to hell. Your conditions and circumstances and situations are brought about by yourself and not by another person. And they can only be altered by yourself, never by another. Your condition is also your own, not another man's. Your suffering and your happiness revolve from within. As you think, so you are. As you continue to think, so you will remain. That's why William Ernest composed a wonderful poem, Invictus. And he concludes, I am the master of my fate and I am the captain of your soul. It's very true, friend. You have not to just earn money, you have to save money, invest money. You have to take care of your health, physical, mental, spiritual, emotional and financial health. Because life is very difficult. If you are not a wise man, well-planned man, you will ruin your life. Misery, sorrow, suffering and grief. They will be a permanent companion for you. But if you are wise, you understand that none but you yourself can take care of yourself. You can really govern yourself well. You have to be calm, my friend. And you understand others. That calmness of mind is really the supreme power, my friends. And if you become calm, remember, fuss and fume, worry and griefs can never touch you. And you remain poised, steadfast and serene because of your self-restraint, self-constant, self-discipline. That is the real strength of a person. And if your thoughts are right, you are really knowing exactly what is life. Right thought leads to right path. Right words also emerge from right thinking. And everything right, what Buddha said. Right thought, right words, right action, right means of livelihood, right effort, right meditation, right mindfulness, everything. Become a right man because you have to live your life. Fight for the battle for peace, joy, happiness and serenity. That you can do if you are serious about it. But if you are careless, I told you, fuss and fume, worry and griefs, stress, strain, failures, adversities, misfortune, they will be your companion because you are ignorant, indolent, thoughtless. You have no godly thoughts. The universe is governed by the absolute and undeviating laws, that is cause and effect, sowing and reaping, action and reaction, law of karma. Remember it. The seed of thought you are planting in your mind, that is becoming really the fruits, flowers, and they only govern your conditions, circumstances, destiny and fate. And so it is correct. A man is the architect of his fortune. A woman is the master of her fate and captain of her soul. By virtue of the thoughts is choose and encourage. So choose purity of thought. That is truth, justice, peace, love and non-violence and so on and so forth. And eliminate the evil thoughts, greed, anger, hatred, jealousy and cynicism. Thank you, viewers.